morning, good evening, and a good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzamos, and I welcome you to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. For those that are just logging in and narcissism resonates with you, I encourage you to join our tribe, like our page, share with your friends, subscribe. And for those that have always been with me, welcome back. I thank you for your continued love and support. Thank you for being there. Thank you for the donations. And I thank you for keeping it up with me. Now, basically, I was having this morning walk today, and a topic came to my mind, which I would like to call the narcissist escape plan. Now, first of all, even before we think about the escape plan, we need to first of all go to the basic reason why I came up with this. And in my experience, usually I've seen these individuals. They wake up each and every single day plotting their exit, plotting their plan, and plotting their escape plan. What do I mean by this is that these individuals, they basically know, they technically know. Guys, I'm sitting next to the road and you might hear a lot of cars passing by, and maybe, I don't know, it's people and dogs everywhere. So they are plotting their exit and they are plotting their escape plan. What do I mean by that? They technically know that each and every single relationship that they get into, it has got, what do they call it? It has got each and every single relationship they get into, it has got an end. It has got to come to the end. At some point, it has got to come to the end. So usually, they tend to have a plan that should it happen like that, and things come to the end, or things get to the end, what are they going to do? So usually they start to plot these projects in advance. And that's why you see most of them, if every day they wake up in the morning, they are going to feel it's another miracle. So it's like every morning they get up, they are going to feel like actually they are blessed. It is a miracle altogether to have spent another day with you. And most of the cases, they can't even believe that they have spent another extra beautiful day with a beautiful empath. So what do I mean by this is that usually the narcissists, they are counting their days. They know that at some point that relationship has got to come to the end. It has got to end no matter what. They know the drill, how it has always been from the beginning of time. So they know it is not going to be any different with you. But unfortunately, for the most of the empaths, we are the only ones who are not kept in who are not kept in this with this information. They are the only ones who know this. We don't know this most of the time. The narcissist, I've personally said, now in most of my videos, I've usually given some examples because you just never know. This can be a video that is going to be watched by somebody 3, 4, 5 years later on, and you just never know what they want to hear. So I've usually tried to give examples because my experience with narcissists has taught me so many things. So the reason why I usually give examples in my videos is for you to make you understand what is going on in these people's minds and exactly how their programming works, how they are wired eternally, and how their programming works. So I give you the insight of their minds, how they think, how they reason, how they act, and how they behave. So a narcissist, I've seen a narcissist personally. There's a narcissist I met. And one day, it's actually 1 or 2 days, in one particular morning, the narcissist told me she had a dream that we had split, that I was like packing my bags and leaving, that we had split, and it was like a very, very, it's like there was a fight that had happened, and she had dreamed that I had actually left this partnership, and she was somewhere sitting down crying. And in those days, because I hadn't yet figured out this woman was a narcissist, and I was thinking, why is she telling me all these things? Now, it came to me, actually, it came more clear to me later on that it was not about the dream. There was nothing like a dream in the first place. The narcissist knew how the game works for her, and she knew that all the relationships she has been with, they have always ended up, people have left them, they have discarded them, or even sometimes people have separated. They have never worked out in any way. So the only thing, she was trying to give me an insight that at some point in time, that relationship is going to come to the end. The other narcissists I've met, They have woken up every single morning and telling me that they couldn't believe they have spent an extra day with me. These individuals, actually, they are giving you an insight of their lifestyle. They are giving you an insight of the future, how the future looks like. Because what they're actually telling you is that they know that partnership is going to come to the end. It does not matter what they do. It does not matter what you do. It has got nothing to do with you. It has got everything to do with them. They know that at some point that partnership is going to end. And you are the only person who is not kept in the loop. You are the only person who doesn't know this for this matter. You are the only individual who is not aware of this. They know what is going to happen at the end. And usually, because narcissists, they are very insecure people. They are very, very insecure individuals. Usually what you will see, most of the cases, you will see them whenever you go. Why am I talking about the escape plan? Whenever you go with a narcissist, whatever they do, whether they are checking their phones online, whether they are checking something on TV, whether they are checking the news, whether you're in the restaurant having a date, whether you are in the city having a walk in the malls, the narcissists, what they are doing, they are scanning the area. They are literally scanning the area because they are looking out for a plan B. Because remember, you are the plan A, right? You as the new source of supply, at that moment you are the plan A. The narcissist is looking out for a plan B. By plan B, what I mean, they think and they believe that that thing is going to come to the end. The relationship will come to the end. And they want to know, if it comes to the end, what are they going to do next and where are they going to go? So most of the cases you will see you walk around with them in the shops, in the malls, in the city centers or whatever. You will see them scanning the area, scanning and looking around. Even sometimes on parties and congregations, they are looking around for potential victims of the opposite sex. They are looking around and seeing it in case things go wrong. Now, in their mind, what they are thinking, that they are wired in that way whereby they are very much worried and insecure. They know that you're going to leave them at some point. So when you're sitting with them outside, in the parties, in the cities, or whatever you're walking with them, they are looking around for potential victims. They are scanning the area because they believe at some point, should you leave them, they need to know where are they going to go. And should it happen that you have left that partnership, maybe you have gone out for a walk, you have gone out for a holiday. Let's give an example of a holiday, this matter. You have gone for a holiday, you have gone for vacation. You've left the narcissists by themselves. Let me guarantee you people 150%. The narcissist is very busy online, checking out for potential victims, for potential sources of supply and sources of fuel. They are scanning the internet. They are scanning on those dating sites. That is why you see most of those dating sites, even you have seen most of the narcissists. There are millions of them on those dating sites, and the only thing they are doing, some of them they are hiding in the bathrooms and they are writing other people online. Some of them, their partners have left them at home and they are online scanning for other victims. And even sometimes you will see them, they will sneak out of the house and go sleep outside somewhere else. The narcissist has got to have an escape plan. Why? Because this is very important for them. They know they cannot handle loneliness. They cannot handle looking at themselves in the mirror should you leave them, because they know eventually at some point you are going to leave them. They know you are going to leave. They know you are going to leave the partnership. So they usually try to craft out an escape plan. The escape plan, what I mean by it is that they try to see who is going to be your replacement if you leave them. How are they going to replace you? And of course, it's like they want to see if they can find somebody of your equivalence, which is most of the cases next to impossible. They want to find somebody of your equivalence should you leave them at some point in time. So they are scanning the internet, they are scanning the centers, the city centers, they are scanning the malls, they are looking around, they are looking everywhere. You go with the narcissist to the party, you're going to go in the backyard and find her chatting with other guys. Or even sometimes, for that matter, if it's a man, he's chatting with other women on a party. For some reason, he's trying to chat up with other women. Or even sometimes the woman is chatting up with other men. So you're going to see these kind of scenarios oftenly, because these individuals, they very much know things are not going to end well with them. And the only thing they don't want to do is end up alone. They don't want to end up isolated by themselves. So they usually try to craft out an escape plan and figure out how life is going to look like should you leave them. Which is going to happen. Definitely you're going to leave them, but they have got to be ready. That is why most of the cases after the discard, most of the individuals have been taken by surprise, because you just never knew where the new supply came from. You will want to believe that the new supply fell from heaven. Let me tell you people, there has been background work being done by the narcissist. The narcissist has been doing the background work, for all these past years. And even sometime, most of the cases, they have already been sleeping with that new source of supply, whether you knew it or you didn't. They have already been sleeping with that guy or with that woman. You will never know where the new supply will come from. You will just be discarded one day, 2 days, even minutes. Minutes later, you will see them with somebody new in the street. It will take you by surprise. I think that is one of the biggest shocker of most of the victims of these individuals. That is where the biggest shocker comes from, because you just never know where these people came from. You can just never understand how did they pick up somebody in a few days, or even sometimes a few minutes after the discard, after the separation. As you're thinking about these things, as you're trying to figure out and picking pieces together, putting the puzzle together, they have already jumped into somebody new. They have already had these individuals for the past couple of months, even sometimes years. Most of the cases, these triangulation games, they have been happening for years. It's just because you just didn't see this. You didn't see this, you didn't know about this, but most of the background work has been done for as long as, for years. If you've been with them for 10 years, they could have been triangulating you for the last 3 years. Where the triangulation comes in, that is when the narcissist tries to feel, they start to feel that you're detaching from them. They start to feel that for some reason you want to leave them. They start to feel that you're preparing to go. They will know that you're preparing to go because they're expecting this in the first place. So what they do, they start to craft out very urgently and very seriously an escape plan. And the escape plan for the narcissist is finding somebody new and a replacement for you. Should you discard them, or should they discard you, or should you leave them at the end of the partnership? They have got to have an escape route. They have got to have somebody on the side. They have got a new partner, or they have got to have somebody who they are going to a replacement for you. Other than that, people, it's been a lovely day to have you guys on board. Let me know if I missed something in this video, or let me know if there's something you want me to talk about. Leave a comment for me. Let's share together. And until then, people, much love and blessings. There's almost signing out. Bless.